Welcome to the second episode of Dynamic Gentle Chair Yoga. Happy to see you again. Joyce is behind the camera this time. We'll be focusing on hip flexor stretches, which are helpful because we all get tight there. First thing, slide to the front of your chair. So you get the support of the chair, but for this, we don't want to relax back into the chair. So sitting up tall. Now remember, in our stretches, that's our dog Loki chewing on his bone. Sweet boy. In our stretches, we'll be exhaling into the stretch and just to the beginning of the stretch to help us not go too far. And that's what we'll start with, sort of a side twist. Take your right hand, exhale, reach partway over to your left, just to the beginning of the stretch. Inhale the hand back to the thigh, exhale, reach with your left hand over to the right, just to the beginning of the stretch. Inhale back, and again, exhale, right hand over to the left, finding the beginning of the stretch. Inhale back, exhale, reach to the right, to the beginning, inhale back, exhale. One more time, notice how it feels the third time. Take a breath in, exhale into the stretch, inhale back, and pause. Good. So that's a nice gentle back stretch that sets us up for the forward bending back stretch. And the important thing is to keep the spine lengthened and vertical. So vertical means you're not curling forward or arching back. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's something to learn over time. So shoulders sliding down, take a breath in, exhaling, and we hinge from the hips to avoid rounding forward. Your gaze can go to the floor, then inhale up, exhaling, tip the pelvis forward, neutral spine to the beginning of the stretch, then inhale up. So you're finding where your body's muscles are short and tight, so it doesn't have to be the exact same movement as I'm doing. Okay, now we're going to add to this. Stretch your right leg out, allowing for a little bend in the right knee. Flex the right foot. Again, first sit up tall. As we exhale forward, you want it to start at the pelvis. Hinge at the hips, tipping the pelvis forward. Spine neutral. Neck neutral, then inhale up, slide the shoulders down, exhaling, hinge at the hips, tip forward, neutral spine, right foot flexed to the beginning of the stretch, inhale up, and one more time. What's this mean?
Just soften your voice.
Soften my voice.
Yeah.
And exhale forward, and inhale up. Then release your right foot. Smooth, easy breaths. I'm used to teaching to big rooms, so Joyce is trying to help me just teach to you. And then extend your left foot forward, left knee slightly bent, left foot flexed. Lift up out of the waist, slide the shoulders down. And those little movements are important to keep the spine long and reduce compression on the vertebra. Take a breath in, exhaling, tip the pelvis forward, neutral spine, just to the beginning of the stretch. Inhale up, exhale, tip forward, hinge at the hips, neutral spine, to the beginning of the stretch. Inhale up, slide the shoulders down, Exhaling, tip forward, hinging at the hips. Left foot flexed. Inhale, up. Exhale, left foot back to the floor. Take a couple of breaths. Notice how these first three stretches make you feel now. And then to go into the hip flexors, first, if possible, interlace your fingers under your right thigh. And the first stretch may be just sitting up tall. This may pull your shoulders down, pull your arms straight. Then if possible, take a breath in, exhaling, lift the right leg, inhale down. So this is actually some arm strengthening. Take a breath in. You can lean back a little bit, pull the right knee up, and exhale down. Tip forward, inhale up, exhale, pull the leg up, leaning back a little, then release, and interlace the fingers under the left thigh. First stretch may simply be sitting up. So exhaling, let yourself tip forward slightly, then inhale. As you sit up, pull the left leg up, lean back a little bit, neutral spine though. And then exhale forward, take a breath in, exhale, pull the knee up. As you go back, slide the shoulders down, inhale, forward, exhale, pulling the thigh up as you lean back, then exhale down. Now we go even further into the hip flexors, and first option is cross your right foot over your left. And from here, lift up, exhaling, tip forward till you feel the beginning of the stretch, keeping the spine neutral. Then inhale up, exhale, tip forward, hinging at the hips, just to the beginning of the stretch. Then inhale up, and one more time, exhaling, tip forward, neutral spine to the beginning of the stretch. Then inhale up, exhale, uncross the feet, take a couple of breaths. Taking breaths to feel and let the energy that you release integrate. Then cross the left foot over. First, sit up tall. Loosen. Take a breath in, lifting up. Exhaling. Tip forward, hinging at the hips. Just to the beginning of the stretch. Looking down, neutral spine. Then inhale up. Exhaling. Tipping forward, hinge at the hips. Keep the spine neutral, neck neutral. Just to the beginning of the stretch. Then inhale up, and notice how it feels the third time, hinging at the hips, keeping the spine neutral, just to the beginning of the stretch. Then inhale up, exhale, uncross the feet, take a few breaths. Notice how that feels. So we've done some back stretches, done some stretches for the legs, some arm strengthening, and into the hip flexors. We'll do more. Stay tuned for episode 3 of Dynamic Gentle Chair Yoga. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you, Loki. Thank you for participating. Have a good day.
Loki, come on. I'm going to call him over so he can be on camera.
Loki Bear. And along comes Loki. Ooh.
Loki, come on. Yeah, and they can see you. Oh, they can't see you. All right. Anyway,
Have a good day.
bye.
See you next week.